We are live. We are live. Back for another week.
Hopefully you guys can hear me. We are on episode 12, right?
12.
Yes. Please don't quote me. Please, please be on the fly for episode 12, 37, right?
Hmm?
In county.
Welcome to America's Mind. I'm Jamal Williams.
I'm Christopher Barrett, aka Christopher Barrett. We're gonna leave it just like that. So welcome to America's Mind. So
America's favorite podcast.
yeah, you guys been I have got some really great positive from good friends of mine. And I just want to shout out always Bridget Gap, always in my ear with ideas and positivity moving forward. So shout out
Bugging you trying to backseat drive the show.
and then and then shout out to I don't know. I'm gonna say her name, Ebony Jones. Bump that. I can say her name. Shout out to her. So she claims that she never listened to a podcast ever. And so
Who is this?
Ebony Jones, a good friend of mine as well. So she had said she was very impressed and enjoyed the show. And I was like, thank you so much. And what I've been gathering, talking to I don't want to talk about family members. A lot of people listen to us in the car, so they don't follow the line.
Okay.
Like we're gonna have to try to maybe like use the life, like you know, that's boom, ass now. You ain't driving, you cruising. I ain't cruised that much in my life. Like, I don't even know what going to speed limit is until like last week. My car hasn't been above 60. If people that know me, you know, I flirt with 85 on the freeway, and I stay at 55 on the street. Sorry, I be having places to be, but uh, just those two that I wanted to shout. Daniel Newton and others, you know what I mean? They, you know, I appreciate everything. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate you two here. You guys work really hard. Like I said, I just show up. You know, I'm the laziest guy here. So, you know, I know you guys work diligently. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but you guys work around the clock.
Not quite like that.
Nursing stuff like that.
I'm trying to get your audio right. You cutting in and out.
Is it because I'm moving? I'm a little animated because I be shifting my shoulders.
Nah, I think it's some settings that I have on there.
Okay. So like I share with you guys what we shared with you guys before. Hey, on the fly, we learn it. We figuring it out as we go, and I think that's actually the funnest part. Me personally, it's a headache for Jamal because he's the one that's working the kinks. Me, I just kind of do. I just look at the screen and watch the mastermind at work. You know, fiddling with the settings and things that I don't even know what the heck that even controls. But you know, if I had to sit here for a day, I'll do it. I'll get it. He got it. Thank you. So,
Now I redesigned our whole digital studio, so like it comes with new bugs and kinks to work out.
okay.
Is the light on your mic blinking or is it solid?
Solid.
All right.
I do hear feedback in my headphones, and I do
Really?
hear a little fade when I kind of turn a little bit this way. So now I'm trying to keep my shoulders straight, kind of like this way. I mean, you know, I be moving around a lot.
Huh.
But while he's working on that, hopefully you guys can still hear me as steadily or as clear as possible. I'll try to.
Yeah, let me throw it over to you guys real fast.
Okay. And do I sound good so far?
You're still kind of coming in and out.
Ugh.
No, it got better.
Okay, how about now? Like, if I bring the mic this close. So maybe the mic isn't squared up to me the way it needs to be. So I'm going to pivot this thing where it's like facing me. Has it did a fade or anything since? Yes, no, maybe so. No.
If the front is to you, it's better.
Yeah, I just turned it a little bit now. So I'm
Yeah,
doing like a
that's
test
better.
now. Okay, so so it's
It got
Chris.
better,
Yeah, I screwed up. See, the dummy did it. Okay, so yeah, it's squared up to
Yeah,
me.
so I think that's better.
And I'm trying not to move my upper torso at all. So I'm like a mummy without bandages. So I'm just freezing for a sec. Am I good? So no interference. All right, we back on there. You know, it's no interference. Let's get to Dallas. So, lots of things that we're gonna discuss today. Some important, some relevant, some we just gonna talk about it regardless. So, so, you know what? The elephant, not in this room, but just the elephant so far, is the rise of gasoline. I did talk to Bridget again, which is she stays in Texas, and I think their gas went up $2.50. So they were like in the twos, and their twos went from like a 4.5 flirt with 5. I would be livid. $2 to 5. Like we went from like a medium 3 to 4 and 5. Like they went from $2. Like I can't remember last time we seen $2. Do you remember last time we seen $2 gas?
Not in California, no.
I know Trump talked about it for a hot second. That it was like a snippet of $2 gas for like 2 weeks. You know, and I haven't seen, and it wasn't like $2 like 205. It was like 289, 279. Like yeah, rounded to the nearest 10 is $3. You know, so. You know, they're like, well, you got the 2 on there, though. I'm like, bro, it's $2.89. Like, if I had 11 pennies, I'm at $3. Like, the trickeration of words that, you know, people love to use. So, but, you know, I'm like, for anybody that's listening, anything like that, please share your comments on, or share with us your comments on just how your week was, you know, with this surge of gas. Like, it is utterly ridiculous, and man, like I haven't filled my gas tank up. Like I've been doing the cheapy route. I've been putting the little wimpy $25 and trying to like skim where I'm gonna go, you know, and try not to make no burnt missions, but it just still ain't adding up. It just like that damn needle just seems to move continuously, and I'm in a 4-cylinder, so those are the V8s and 6s. Like I know you guys are getting hammered, but Randy, would you like to any comments for you or how your week was with the gas?
How was my week? I filled up twice.
Ouch.
Both times I only got half a tank. But yeah, you definitely see the price increase. And it seems like, as of right now, Sam's Club has the cheapest gas. At like maybe $5.15.
Okay, so that's like 40 cents cheaper.
Yeah.
Than the norm, because I think the average is about $5.50, $5.49, $5.50. One thing that pissed me off today, did I get gas today? Yeah, today is that when I paying on my debit card, they added the 10 cent per gallon.
They added the 10 cent per gallon.
So when you use your debit card, they charge you 10 more cent per gallon versus when you use cash. So you don't know that until you already purchased the gas and you put your card information in, and then you'll see it and it'll blink and it'll be 10 cent more. Like Shell does it a lot. Like if you don't get the car wash, it's like $10. Then they'll charge you the extra 10 or 15 cents per gallon. They don't put it up there. They wait for you to roll in there. You pay for the gas, and then it's like, wait, $5.75. It just says $5.50. Why am I paying 25 cents more? Oh, you didn't get the gas. You didn't get the car wash. What? Who wants to get their car wash every 2 days?
So did you sign up for the monthly car wash, Chris?
God. I don't even go to Shell gas stations anymore. I think they're like independently owned now. They're not like franchise. There's probably still a franchise, but I think they're independently owned because their gas is like way higher than everybody else's. Like Chevron and Mobil, that gas is high too, but that's around the board. Like Shell be like $1.50 more. Like, wait a minute. Why this gas way more than the other ones? Like usually, like Arco's usually 5 or 10 cents cheaper. Chevron's like usually the most expensive. Mobil's like in the medium. 76, kind of the same thing. They're in the medium. Then you have like the mom and pop ones that are like around the Arco prices. And then here comes Shell. It's like, well, okay, cool. So we're going to just charge you guys 25 cents more than everybody else. That's not for the V-Power. That's for the regular. Like, I don't go to... Shell used to be my favorite gas station because Shell runs the best of my car and all the cars I've owned, but no. Like, I can't. Like, 25 cents more plus the 10 cent on top of using your debit card. That pissed me off this morning. Like, gas was $5.50, and I'm looking like, why am I looking at $5.61? Oh, I use my debit card. Why you charging 10 cents on top of the... I can't. Any experience with you, Jamal, with the gas? Or you just heard your wife complain about the gas?
I just hear my wife complain about the gas.
Lucky Ben. Maybe. Because she said she filled up twice, so y'all had 2 arguments this week. It's like, look, I done filled out twice. You sent me anywhere. Like, and she has a fuel efficient car, so oh gosh, never mind. I don't want to make her even mad again. But I'm done with the gas. Gas is just ridiculous. So okay, so on to next topic.
No, I mean we can complain about gas more because it's kind of pissing me off too.
Yeah, okay.
I mean we complained about that last week. Yeah,
but but it's still relevant because see, I'm waiting for the gas to go down. Like, when is it gonna go down? Like, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, okay, we're in this tunnel. Where's the light now?
I think we on this. We still on the up.
Still up.
Yeah, we still on the up. We haven't peaked on the up yet. So after we peak on the up, then we probably get it.
Like, did you hear what Kevin said yesterday in the party where he was like, because he has a Ford Raptor, and he was like, yeah, bro, it's like 33 gallon like tank. And he said he was like at $130, and he was like not full. And I'm like, so you telling me that this truck is $200 to fill up?
Yeah, that's crazy. I got a 19-gallon tank, and I know it's gonna hit me for 100.
33 gallons, Jesus, my Lord have mercy. If 33 gallons on a pickup truck, not I love Kevin, he's my brother, so I'm not bashing him. But 33 gallons on a pickup truck, that truck better run all month. I better not see no gas needle moving. You better figure it out. 33 gallons? How much does 33 gallons weigh? Like, that's a lot of weight.
I don't know. I'm sure Alexa could figure that out. 33 gallons into liquid pounds or something.
Like, that's like a swimming pool. You got a swimming pool of gas in that truck. Like, this gas better last me for all month. I bet you did $130, Kevin, and you said you wasn't that full. Like, I'm not returning to the gas station this month. This truck better figure it out.
His truck probably eat gas too. Like, ooh,
My God.
he has one of those like
I believe
those
it's
country
like 12,
boy
it's
trucks,
like 12,
right?
So the F-150 Raptor is
Yeah.
like off road, so
Yeah.
it's equipped for like to do like some damage, like what Suge Knight did with his. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of why I wanted mine, or I wanted one, but that's a different story.
Do not say that loud in public.
You know, I look. I need a truck.
Use that
You know,
against you in court.
when I look at a truck, I need a truck that's versatile. You know, that gets the job done no matter what's the cost. Like, you know, we gotta get out of danger or create danger or create something. You know, that's the kind of truck I need. You know, like if I pick up 2-3 guys when we on a mission, you know, that's the truck that I need. That truck gets you back home. like that's, I don't need no truck to be pretty. I need the truck to get the job done. And the F-150 Raptor,
It get a lot of jobs done.
it gets the job done. You know, I don't want to say anything else, but you know, that's
Man,
that's-
speaking of getting jobs done, transition. You been keeping up with the Kanye, the new stuff going
so he's
on?
beefing. Okay, so yeah, I was going to talk about that. I wasn't sure what level, but so Kanye is beefing with D.L. Hughley.
DL Hughley.
D.L.
what?
Hughley,
I didn't see that
excuse me.
part.
Yeah, so apparently Kanye had said some things, and so then DL replied on his show, was just like, okay, Kanye, if you got all these goons allegedly, then why don't they go to CVS to fill up your prescription meds? You know, because he's a comedian, so when it comes to the cracking the jokes, like he's gonna crack the jokes. Like I don't think that he's gonna take Kanye serious. And I believe they live in the same home, or like not in the same home, but like in the same
town.
area, like Calabasas or something like that. So, yeah. If you want to play this, I'll be quiet so we can listen it up. But
No, I'm gonna let you. I was just pulling it up, so I have it ready. But
okay, so yeah, that was it. It was sent to my phone actually a little bit before I got here, so I listened to it. So, but apparently Kanye's been kind of like on the attack, kind of typical Kanye fashion, in a sense. You know, me and you have conversations about Kanye, and I'm like,
yeah,
I like Kanye, but I'll speak for my profession as a nurse. I can't diagnose, so I can only just say that I believe that he might possibly need to seek just some help in some different areas.
based on what though?
Well, just because of the behavior. There's just
But like what specifically?
well, just you know what, like me personally, I think that he's sick, and like I shared with you before, I think because of the music and because of the Kanye knows how to make money, he knows how to market, he knows how to do it all. You know what I mean? On the music standpoint alone, you know, he produces, he makes beats, he raps, creates albums, he creates albums for others, content for others. Like he's a talent, you know. But I think with that strength is his weakness, because people will not share the truth with him, and they'll use those tools to keep them relevant too, because it's like they don't want to tick him off neither.
You don't
Like,
think he has any real friends?
I feel like I would say no, because like I can't speak on the business of music, but the business of music is always like business. Like it could become friends. There's friendships in there, but we also seen with the friendships, we seen that the money gets involved, or the money gets a little silly. That friendship stuff is out the window. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I think like when Dave Chappelle went to him first, I think that was like the first side of showing, like, you know, because David Chappelle didn't do it like to do publicity or, He wasn't asking for no money or content or anything like that. You know, Chappelle probably honestly thought that something was up with him. I'm just checking on him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think sometimes that's a forgotten art with us as people. We just forget to check on people. Like, you could be doing everything and everything could be rocking and rolling. You could be fine and be going out of your mind at the same time. Who would know? People will look at your pocketbook and be like, wow, well, he's making tons of money. Yeah, but he could be crying out for attention. There could be some other things going on. Like, who knows? Like, Kanye, I don't know. How many kids does he have? 3, 4?
4.
So,
Yeah,
4
4.
kids, and he's going through a divorce. That's traumatic. That's traumatic enough. Like, you know, let's be honest.
No, I hear you, but I think people only talk about that mental health aspect of Kanye because he gave you the insight on it. Like, he told you he was diagnosed as bipolar. So now anything he does is like it automatically gets tagged as a Kanye mental break. And I don't.
Well, bipolarism is like bi meaning two, so it's two characteristics in the mind. So, and basically, like with bipolarism or being bipolar, you're hot and cold mostly. Like, you could be one way and you can like transform into somebody else in a blink of an eye, and people will be like, "Wait."
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why people put that label on him, because he basically gave you his diagnosis. So now anytime Kanye been spazzing out.
Yeah.
Since we seen him in the public eye.
Yeah.
He spazzed out when he was on there with Mike Myers. Randomly said George Bush doesn't care about black people. He's been spazzing out his whole career. And then when he was like, "Oh, I'm bipolar, I've been diagnosed." Now every time he spazzes out, people say, "See, that's that mental health." But I don't necessarily see him being mentally unhealthy. Maybe a little like erratic, eccentric.
Well, most mental health like individuals, you know, like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want anybody to think I'm diagnosing anything mental health wise. You know what I mean? But you know, when it comes to like mental health, they do have these things called triggers. So things could trigger it. It could be anything. That's the scariest part about it. And it's like, if you don't know what these triggers are, it's like you could run right into them. Sometimes the people don't know what the triggers are.
I think what I'm asking is like, what specifically, what action has Kanye shown? Like, name a thing specifically where you say that's a mental health situation.
I think with his appearance of late, the boots and this like.
My God, you cannot go into his fashion and turn that into a mental health issue, bro. He owns a fashion company.
I get that, but there's like, who in their right mind wants to look not like you don't even have money, to look like you're homeless? Like, that's because
rich people usually do that.
No, rich people don't care about what they wear. They don't care about name brand stuff. Like, they'll put on Fruit of Balloon, put on some 7 jeans, some Tommy Hilfiger flip flops, and they walk out the door. Versus a person that's labeling, you know what I mean, Michael Kors this, Fendi that, Gucci this, woo woo woo. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a difference. You know, to me, it just looks like, you know, like he doesn't give a damn on how he looks. Like, almost like, it's like, if we see Kanye for a week, it's like, it gives me the impression like, damn, did you sleep in this and get back up in this? Like, the outfits look totally the same. Like, I can't sit up here and say like, well, maybe he has 50 of these shirts and these boots, maybe. But then when he gives you and plants another seed in your mind that he doesn't have a home, that he's just moving around and
migrating. I think he said, well, I'm going off of what he said. He said he pretty much lives out of a backpack at this point.
Yeah, so then that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, if I see this guy for a week on TV with the same outfit on.
Elon Musk lives out of a backpack. Elon Musk doesn't own an apartment or a property or a house.
Well, I don't even know who that is. I'm like, but
He's the richest man in the world.
okay.
Tesla. Or you know what Teslas are.
But does he wear the repeated same clothes all the time?
Yeah.
So he'll wear the same get up.
Black shirt, blue jeans. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Just-
That's why I said I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anything.
But
Maybe-
I think, see, now if we go into that, I will be like, well, Elon Musk gave us the game, and he said he was diagnosed as autistic. So then you would use that to be like, that's why Elon Musk wears the same thing all the time.
No. Because see, artistic meaning that they take on visual images backwards. So like if they
No, that's
write,
dyslexic.
oh, so wait, so what is he?
Autistic. Autistic isn't like fully understood. I don't
Okay,
think
so
there's-
artistic can mean he talks, right?
yeah, he's a genius.
Well, he can't be autistic.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're good. We can skip over that.
I think there's different levels. I just know with the artistic that it's usually it's a communication barrier.
There are nonverbal autistics, but not
Yeah.
all of them. They're all different. They're
Okay.
spectrums. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's why I didn't put my foot in my
Yeah.
to say that I'm not a doctor. I keep repeating myself because I don't want people to Chris said no. I am a nurse. Nurses follow the doctor orders, so you got to talk to them. But
Oh no, let me see. Maybe we shouldn't get on to that. But I'm trying to. What is autistic? What's the definition that they'll give? It just says like relating to or affected by autism. A serious developmental disorder that impairs the ability to communicate and interact. Autism spectrum disorder impacts the nervous system. The range of severity of symptoms can vary widely. Common symptoms include difficulty with communication, difficulty with social interactions, obsessive interests, repetitive behaviors.
So I was mildly correct. It's a communication issue. That's why I asked you. I don't
think,
know. I don't know this.
yeah,
guy.
I
That's
think
why I
there's
asked
a
you,
spectrum,
does
but
he
I think-
talk?
I think a lot of those communication issues turn into social issues, especially when they get older. They're socially awkward people.
Well, then that falls under something else. That's like midlife crisis and things like that.
It's like what?
Like midlife crisis and all that. Like
No, I
that's-
mean like just in adulthood, not even midlife. But
okay.
they have
so-
problems communicating with people on a social level.
Well, because most highly intelligent individuals have that issue.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I'm not highly intelligent, so I wouldn't know. But I've heard, that most people, like scientists and therapists, anything with the "is" on the end of it, you know what I mean? They have a hard time kind of communicating with the norm. It's the same type of thing that happens to where with veterans, and when they're out doing their thing, most of their communications on the radio, and then it's like the radio translation and things like that, and then it's like once they're out of the service back to civilization, it's like, wait, well, how do I communicate to these people? Like, because they've been communicating a certain type of way, saying yes sir, yes ma'am, everything is different, so I can see that with him then.
So Randy right there is asking, did Ye's mental health steadily decline after his mother passed? It seemed that way of the new documentary.
I'm going to say yes. Okay, I feel like I can't speak for Kanye at all. What I think, he might feel mildly responsible because he was the finance in this situation where his mom was going into surgery, and I think she was getting a host of things done, like a tummy tuck, some implants, some, she was doing like a whole makeover type thing. And at that given time, that stuff is very expensive. Now it's relevant. But back then, we talking about 10, 20, 50. I'm like, Kanye is worth lots of money, so he's not gonna go to a rinky-dink doctor that Rebecca and the block gonna go to. You know, he's gonna go to the top guy. So, you know, him being able to provide the finances for that, and that unfortunately happened, I think that he does probably feel responsible, and that's a huge blow. Like, you
That
know,
could be true.
Because
We're assuming.
like, you know, this is his mom. You know, this is not like an auntie or like a Bessie. Like, this was his mom, and I think Kanye's mom was like kind of like a really big influence where she was able to still get to him directly. She could slice through that superstardom, and you're my son. I could still talk to you, and I could still push buttons and get you to operate a certain way. And parents could do that. You know what I mean? We're parents. You know, I don't care if my son was president. I feel like I could walk in. I don't need to check. No ID. No, play. What you mean? Well, Mr. Harris, you can't park here. Mr. Barris, and I can park here, sir. My son, the president. Matter of fact, you need to open this door and show me where he is. Well, he's in the press conference. I don't care. I'm the daddy. Like, you know, I'm gonna go in there tripping. They're gonna be like, man.
I did want to talk about this. I think he posted this today.
Okay.
It says 3 hours ago.
Okay.
So him and Pete Davidson and all these, all these people, Kim Kardashian, they're going through a little drama.
Yeah.
We talked about this on another show, like their parenting issues going on. And so I guess as they say, the saga continues.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
and I got a sidebar to add to like this when this is over. Well, when that's over.
Let me start it. Let me know if you need to stop or anything.
I can't hear it though.
I got you.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, we're working on the kinks. So I'll give my sidebar now. So this is, and I'm not bashing Kim or Kanye on this, but this is the perfect example where you have couples. This is considered a power couple, right? Because of the money.
Yeah.
But as you can see, money don't fix everything. Money could create more misery than anything else. You know what I mean? So it's like with social media promoting these power couples to be a power couple. See, this is a perfect example of why it can work for some. It will be unsuccessful for most. You know, that's just my sidebar. I just want to add to that.
All right, let me see. This will work now.
We see now factually that I was asking, demanding to see my children and bring them to Sunday service with me because that's, one of the places they get to be. Why do I have to even give an explanation? But the fact that I was praying online in a public format to see my children lets you know how diminished I have been as a father that I could even get to that point. Because as I was leaving church and my kids wasn't there, I was like, why should I have to pray to see my children? Why? Because it's a narrative written about, I never wanted to even have to say richest black man of all time, but it's like we have to overcompensate in America for our position if we don't bow to the system that's been set for us, that's been set for all rappers and all ball players. We don't own our leagues, and they're gonna keep playing with me, but eventually not everybody gonna keep playing like that. Kim chose for our kids to be watched by other people. She wasn't with the kids. Her boyfriend is texting me pictures of him naked in bed talking about I'm with your wife. I thought she wasn't my wife. We went through a year and a half of divorce. I finally got the lawyer to hit the divorce. And why you calling her my wife then? Unless you trying to gaslight, you being used as a pawn, and Kim is also. It's bigger than any of y'all think, bro. The whole indoctrination at Sierra King is bigger than y'all think. Ungodly organizations. But God got this and God got me, baby. And as far as like, oh, he crazy. Yo, that shit is just like, it's weak. It's just it's like trying to match the shoes to the jacket. It's like too obvious, bro. Obviously, there's brilliance through that. And obviously, it'd be some baby mama stuff. On one end, it's like, I'm stalking this woman. But if I pop out at a game, then all of a sudden, Kim not texting me back. This baby mama 101. But I'm not having it. It's up.
I mean, that's like the basics of it. I hope that was clear. To people. Audio.
Okay, yeah, my mic was muted. Okay, just some quick things that just flew through my mind just listening to that. Okay, how do I say this without being too disrespectful? Dr. Dre told us in 2001, you can't make a hoe a housewife. That's first and foremost, okay?
Okay, I'll follow you there.
First and foremost, I can't sympathize with that because you knew. I'm not trying to call her a hoe, but she had some tendencies. She had some question marks, questionable decisions that she's made in her lifetime. And yes, you wifed her. That's cool. And you had some children. That's cool. Now things are not going as planned. And now you see the true person. That's why I always say, like, one of my philosophies I always tell people or my friends, I'll be like, you don't know a person till you know them. Like, how do you really, really know a person? There's like a few ways how you can. Like, if they're drunk and they're belligerent, you know them then. If they're irately angry at something, you know them then. Or when they're on their lowest point. When you're at your lowest point, you know who you got around you. So, I sympathize with Kanye, but I can't because Dr. Dre had already said it. Now, this is what I'm not a therapist.
You can still sympathize with him,
no,
even
absolutely.
though.
Like, well, my thing. This is one of the realest things that I think I've seen on social media this week, where it said, "Stop trying to tell your side of the story, and history will." So, if Kanye ever stumbled on this, and like I said, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm just trying to use mild common sense. So I'm mildly in the same boat, not as severe as his, but in the same boat. So what you have to do with your children is that you never give up on them, ever. So what I mean is that you send them letters. You send them emails. You call them every day. Every single day, you keep the communication open, even if they don't communicate back with you. Because eventually, the stronghold that the mothers want to have on these kids are going to be adults one day. These kids, like I told my baby mama a couple of months ago or about a year ago, our kids are going to know us in real life. I'm not afraid. They're going to find out who's a BSer. They're going to find out who was lying. They're going to find out who's reliable.
I feel like that's wishful thinking. Not saying that you're lying.
That's wishful thinking.
Or not saying that what you're saying is like.
Or not saying that
not
what you're
true,
saying is
but
like.
you can't predict that.
No, you can't. No,
true,
you.
but
But
you
that's the
can't
thing.
predict that.
That's the wonderful thing about it, because you don't know when it could happen.
Or if it will.
That's true too.
Or
You could be on
kids,
your,
they
you could
become
be on, you
adults.
could be on your deathbed and your
Kids,
kid could
they
be like,
become
"Man, Dad, you
adults.
know what? Man, I love you because I understood. Now I understand what you were saying."
Or they might be like, I hate you for the way that
Or they
things
might
happen
be
with
like-
you and my.
Hey, you know, yeah, it's a two-sided sword. Which one's going to cut you more?
I think Kanye is saying something
think-
bigger.
I think
And
Kanye
the
is
fact
saying
that
something
he's a
big.
billionaire at this
And
point,
the fact that he's a billionaire
like
at this
I
point,
guess it gives it even more kind of
like
credence.
I guess
This-
it gives
these
it
are
even
things
more
that, like,
kind of credence.
normal dudes go
These are things that like
And
Like
that-
dudes like me and
normal
you,
dudes go
dudes
And
who are
that's
just
the
average
thing.
dudes
people,
like me
right?
and you, dudes
It,
who are
money
just average
doesn't
people, right?
solve everything.
All right, but look at it's the same. Like
Right, but look,
if me
it's,
or
it's
you
the same. Like
get divorced,
if me
or
or you
break up with
get
our
divorced
baby's mom,
or break
and
up
we
with our
move
baby's
next
mom,
are we showing
and
up?
we
to the
we
house
move
to see
next
what's up
door.
with the
Are
kid?
we showing up?
The
to
same
house
kind
to
of
see what's
process
up with the
happens.
kids?
Oh,
The
he's
same
crazy.
kind of process
Police
happens.
gets called.
Oh, he's crazy.
Restraining order. You got to
Police
stay
gets
away
called.
2 feet.
Restraining
Like,
order.
it's
You
the
gotta
same
stay
thing.
away 2
Yeah.
feet.
The first thing
Like,
that
it's the
happened
same
when
thing.
you were talking
The
about
first
Kanye
thing
in
that
this
happened when
situation
you
is
were
you were like,
talking
I think
about
this
Kanye
mental
in
health
this
off.
situation,
So
you
even
were
in
like,
a
I
way,
think his mental
you
health
are
off.
on
So
one
even in
side
a way, you
participating
are
in
on
cultural
one
belief.
side participating
Mhm.
in
That
the
father's
cultural belief.
actively trying to be in their
That
kids'
father's
lives.
actively trying to be
Something
in their
off.
kids' lives.
And then like
It's
after
something
you,
off.
I think you listened
And
to
then,
him,
like,
and then you
after
came
you-
and
I
you
think
started
you
saying
listened
stuff
to
that
him,
he
and then
said.
you came and you
You were
started
like
saying
text
stuff
them
that
every
he
day,
said.
even if they don't hear
You were
from
like,
you.
text
Let's
them
Let's
every
call
day,
them
even
every
if they
day,
don't
even
hear
if they
from
don't
you. Let's call
respond
them
back.
every day,
So
even if
if
they
that
don't
was you,
respond back.
and
So
your
if that
kid's
was
mom
you,
was like, he called every day, he
and
text
your
every day,
kid's
we
mom
ignore
was
him, we
like,
got
he
him
called
blocked.
every day, he
You're the
text
crazy
every day,
person.
we ignore
You're
him.
Kanye
Well, see,
in a
Now-
situation.
now
crazy
here's the
person.
double
You're Kanye in a
side
situation.
to this. Because maybe these women are acting this way because the dad is displaying something different that he didn't display when they were together. Like, just because they're
You
in
making
that,
excuses
no,
for
no, no,
him.
no, it's not an excuse.
You making
I'm just saying,
excuses for
like,
'em.
like we look at it from the outside in. They're married. We assume everything is good. We assume that he's that dad that's tucking his kids into bed every
Nah, I
night.
just assume that they're married.
Well, yeah, but I'm
I don't
just
have to
just
assume
assume that
anything
they're
about their
married.
marriage.
Well, no, I'm
to
just
know
saying,
that.
but I'm talking about
assume
just, I'm
anything
talking about
about
like
their
motherhood,
marriage.
fatherhood like stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, if they break up and now all of a sudden you want to talk to your kids every day, she might feel a certain kind of way because she probably like, bro, you didn't do that when we was together. The kids was with me, you were doing your thing. Like, why all of a sudden you want to talk to them now? Like, you're acting brand new now. You know, maybe. I'm just throwing a lot of angles out there, you know, because I don't, like, even for me, I don't talk to my kids every single day. It bothers me, you know what I mean? But it's like, by me doing that, I'm able to cope better with it now because I can give Ty that same ammunition. Call her every single day. I want to see my kids every day, every second, this and that. You know what I mean? And then what? She could be like, her rebuttal could be, well, hey, he don't talk to them like that all the time. Like, what you mean? Like, why he doing this? Why he doing that? Maybe is this case. I don't know. But the problem is, and the thing is that women think with emotions. They are more emotional than us. Men are very emotional. We're very, very emotional too. But we don't lead with emotions. A woman put that emotion, she put that on a horse, and she sits in the back seat of that carriage and rides with that, and them emotions take her wherever it's gonna take her. Men, Kanye is hurt. I can clearly see that. That's his emotions is bothering him. And Kim is like, well, I'm gonna hit him where it hurts, cause she's mad.
So let's get to that part, too. Let's dig into
So
that.
let's get
Yo,
to
this
that
is for
part, too.
DJ
Let's dig
Academics.
into that.
I don't know
Yo,
if
this is
these
for
are
DJ
real,
Academics,
but
too.
apparently,
I don't know if these
some,
are real, but apparently,
from what I heard, one of
some,
Pete
uh,
Davis's
from
friends
what I heard, one of Pete Davis's friends
out through
sent
Instagram.
these
Okay.
texts out.
So we'll
through
take them as
Instagram.
like alleged.
So we'll take them as
Okay.
Allegedly,
yes. Allegedly, these things are happening.
So,
Oh wait, all right, cool. So, let me pull this window up.
all right. So here's the first text. These are
So here's the
allegedly
first
text.
These
between
are allegedly
Pete Davidson,
texts between
Kardashian's new boyfriend,
Pete Davidson,
Kanye West,
Kardashian's new
which-
boyfriend, and Kanye West,
Kim's
which
husband or ex-husband,
is
depending on what paperwork.
Kim's husband or ex-husband, depending on.
So
what
he's
paperwork
text
says
Kanye. He
right now.
says, "Yo, it's Skeet,"
So he's text Kanye,
which I
he
think is
says,
funny.
"Yo, it's Skeet."
Because Kanye called him Skeet
Which I think
Davidson,
is
so he's
funny,
sending the.
Because Kanye
text
called
back.
him Skeet Davidson, so he's sending.
Can you please
text
take a
back.
second and calm down? It's
Can you
8
please
a.m.
take a
and it don't
second and
gotta be
calm
like
down?
this.
It's 8 a.m.
Kim is
and it
literally
don't
the
gotta be
best
like this.
mother
Kim is
I've ever
literally
met.
the best.
What she
mother
does
I've
for the
ever
kids
met.
is amazing.
What she does
And
for
you
the kids
are
is
so
amazing.
fucking lucky.
And
that
you
she's
are so
your
fucking
kid's
lucky.
mom. I've
that
decided I'm
she's
not
your
gonna
kid's
let you
mom.
treat us this way
I've
anymore,
decided
and
I'm
I'm
not
done
gonna
being
let you treat
quiet.
us this way
Grow the fuck
anymore,
up.
and I'm done being
So
quiet.
Kanye's like,
Grow the fuck
allegedly.
up.
Oh,
And so
you using
Kanye's like,
profanity.
allegedly.
Where are you
Oh,
at right
using
now?
profanity.
His response in
Where
bed
are
with
you
your
at
wife.
right now? His response in bed
Now
with
listen.
your wife.
Now listen. So he sends this text.
So he sends this text.
And so Kanye's like happy to see you out of the
And so
hospital and
Kanye's
rehab.
like happy to see you out
Same,
of the
he
hospital and
says,
rehab.
same here. It's
Same,
wonders what
he
those
says
places
same
do when
here.
you go get
It's
help.
wonders what those
Try it.
places do.
I'm
when
in
you
LA
go
for
get help.
today.
You
If
should
you
try
want to
it.
stop
I'm in LA
being a
for
little
today
internet
if you
bitch
want to
boy.
stop.
Stop
being
being a little
internet
internet bitch boy and talk.
Stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk.
You don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so pussy
You
and
don't scare me,
embarrassing.
bro.
It's
Your
so sad
actions
to
are
watch
so
you
pussy
ruin
and
your legacy
embarrassing.
on
It's
the
so
daily.
sad to watch you ruin
And
your
Kanye
legacy
says you're
on
more
the
than welcome
daily.
to come to Sunday
And
service.
Kanye says you're more than welcome to come to
All right,
Sunday
so
service.
they
All right,
they
so
propose places
they-
they can
they-
meet up.
they-
He wants to
They
meet
propose
at
places they
BHH,
can meet
whatever
up.
that
He
is.
wants to
and they
meet
can
at BHH,
privately in
whatever
a
that
room,
is,
man
and
to
they
man.
can meet
And then
privately in a room,
Kanye's
man to
like,
man.
if you want to see me,
And then
come to
Kanye's like, if you want to see me, come to Sunday service. And then rant text.
Now look. Now look. I feel like stuff like that could get you.
I feel like stuff
disappear.
like that could get you.
Don't let me have
get
$1
you
billion.
disappeared.
And you send me a text.
Don't let me
You
have
text.
$1 billion.
Like,
And you
I'm like,
send
where
me a
you
text,
at?
And we text.
And
you
I don't
like-
care what
I'm
the
like, where you
situation
at?
is, and you send me a
And
picture.
I don't care what the situation
In bed
is,
with
and you
your
send me a picture
I'm like,
in
You
bed.
can do
with
a
your
lot
wife.
with $1 billion. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
all I would say honestly in this regard, I would just Kanye was kind of like dismissive because I would just be
He kept
like,
this cool.
I would just be like, bro, there's nothing to talk
kept
about
this cool.
if you don't unless you harm my children. Then we don't talk about anything. You know, that's basically what I would have told him. Say, hey, you know what, dude. I'd have told him straight up, like, I'd hit him with some real slick stuff. I'd have just been like, oh, okay, you in the bed with her? Cool, how do I taste? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have went there with him. Like, I would piss you off. Like, you coming to me, like, oh, okay, you coming to the smoke? Cool, you better have a mask.
No, I think Kanye. I think he handled it the way you should.
No, I think Kanye. I think he
But
handled
person
it the
to
way you
person,
should.
I just feel like, too,
Person
like,
to
it's
person.
just real, it's really pathetic. And see, this really shows me a lot on her behalf. Because women don't tolerate silliness. You know what I mean? Like women, like real women don't want like exes interfering with the future. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or her future or anything like that. Like, she's gonna reach out to both of these fools. Like, she's gonna basically, the new boyfriend, she's gonna be like, hey, shut up. Don't say nothing. Like, I got this. I don't need you saying nothing. And then she's gonna come up to me, okay, Chris, like, look, so what? What, you want me still or what? Like, she's gonna throw some reverse psychology at me. Make me be like, hell no, I don't want you. What the hell you talking about? Well, why you hit me up? Why you woo 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 da 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 da, right? You know what I mean? She might use some trickery on me and it might work. She might use some karate on me and then I might get hit. Sensei can fall, I'll get up, but like women don't tolerate noise.
So Kyle says we're hearing some echo. Let me see if I can hear
Some echo. Let me see if I
Sorry if you're getting the echo. But yeah, like this really just shows a lot on her character. Like I said, I have my own thoughts when it comes to them because it's not just Kim. It's a lot of them, and I just don't understand, like, excuse me, why people just deal with them. I don't know. They're beautiful, but I'm like, in the movie Batman, you know, Poison Ivy was beautiful. You know, you kiss her, you being poisoned. Like, like, so why get poisoned like everybody else? You know what I'm saying? You see the work being done. You see the corpses around her. Like, this girl is death. And you think that you can escape? You think that you're that smart that you're going to figure it out. I be thinking the same way, but then, you know, some things is like, nah, I'm cool. So I'm actually, I gave her too much of my time, but I'm done with it. Kanye, you know what? I'll say some respectable stuff to Mr. West.
To end it off.
No. You know what? You know what, man? I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
Kanye's a good guy. If you want to be a father in your children's life, that's a wonderful thing to begin with, because we know some other entertainers that have children and they're not trying to be a part of those kids' life at all. So the fact that he wants to be a part of his kid's life, no matter how he wants to do it, that's his prerogative. I think that that's a wonderful thing, and I think that, you know, that you know, shout out to him for really not being a Rudy Poo candy, you know what, and just kind of folded between the cracks and, oh, well, you know, they say I can't do it, you know. So it's great that he is challenging, you know, certain things and things like that, you know, because my like I said, my personal philosophy about certain things, you know, just because these women have children don't mean they're good mothers. So, you know, there could be a lot of decisions that she's making that are not good. You know, you just got out of a marriage, you got a boyfriend. Like, you know, just...
Oh, no, I think their whole situation brings to light a lot of things that happen, like in kind of the family court system. Or
it's
just
an eye-opener, and that's why I hate that social media is always promoting, oh, get the bag, get the girl with the bag, get the guy with the bag. That bag don't mean diddly squat. Y'all both can have $1 zillion and hate each other. That girl or that guy can absolutely get on your nerves, and ain't gonna be no dollar sign that's gonna make you like her anymore, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, shit, I mean, she could be a headache. He could be a nuisance. You know what I mean? Those characteristics can't be changed.
I'm still in the bag chaser clan, but I understand what you mean. Like, it's not everything. You gotta have everything.
It needs to be considered in the top 5. Yeah. It doesn't need to be led. Nah. You know what I mean? Like, right, social media leads with it. And I'm like,
you get the bag and then you made it.
Like, nah. What
now
you
we
mean?
See 2 billionaires arguing her.
Like, in my little,
her boyfriend.
You know, I keep quoting this book that I need to just really write and really get published. But in my mini chapter book that I was writing, you know, and it talked about 2 builders. You know what I mean? So, you know, 2 builders can't build nothing. Someone has to have foundation. You know what I'm saying? Period. So foundation and money is 2 different things, because you can have a ton of money but no foundation. Because, see, this world is still ran by credit. You could have tons of money, but if you don't got no credit, people don't trust you with their money, then you are unsuccessful in this too. So you got to have the whole enchilada when it comes to certain things. And when it comes to relationships, start with love first, respect, communication. That's the first one.
I think you start with respect.
I mean, either one. Well, no, that's why I said that's the first one.
I feel like love can
respect,
be there.
And communication that's number 1.
I feel like love is after money.
I don't know. I'm like,
my wife shaking her head.
What
have I gotten into?
I'm like, love is there. Love grows. It grows. You know what I mean?
Which one is it? Is it like J-Lo says, my love doesn't cost a thing? Or is it who said, love don't pay no bills?
I'm like,
Which
love
one?
doesn't pay no bills.
So I guess it
They're
depends
both
if you
right, but it's like you got to communicate. You got to
can't be
communicate
both.
first.
Can't be
Communicate
both.
and respect.
Either love don't cost nothing or it don't pay bills. It can't
I
be
might
both.
love. I might when you talk about love. I'm like love is when I hear the word love in that context. I'm thinking of the physical. Like that don't
Or
cost
Tina
nothing but
Turner.
effort.
What's love got to do with it?
like-
I'm with Tina, yeah. We got too much other shit going on.
No.
Love is nice. I feel like it's the luxury part of a relationship. If you can have it, right, perfect.
Yeah,
Y'all good.
yeah. Well, that.
But
comes,
it's like y'all got it's other stuff to be worried about. in a
absolutely. I
relationship.
agree.
That's what I mean. I don't
yeah.
mean like it's love sucks.
No.
I mean,
love
like,
is
it's
love
just
is a
not
wonderful
The
thing,
necessity
but it
to
can't
make
be.
the thing work.
You can't have like I don't know who makes that slogan. Too much good stuff. That's AMPM, right? Yeah, AMPM makes it too much good stuff. Like they talk about the snacks and
okay.
stuff. But yeah, but you can have too much good stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can't have too much love. Like because like you said, love don't pay no bills. Like I can love you to death. I can tell you I love you. I can show you that I love you. But like, hey, I need you to get a job because these bills don't pay themselves. I need you to love me enough to go out here and provide. You know,
I hear that. That's
so
that's the sentiment I hear echo quite often. So I wanted to get to your boy because we are hour in, so I want to move in
okay.
and talk about this news. I'm not trying to give Samsung any promotion, but it just happens to be on his page. But Tom Brady says he's returning as Tampa Bay's quarterback.
Hey.
I know you're happy.
So
I thought he was retired. He retired.
So before I start, the congratulations, Tom Brady.
You wore the hat.
No, I'll get to the hat later. But so as a sports analyst, I'm gonna have to put that on hold and be a fan again. So, because I tell my friends that when Brady retires, I become a sports analyst and I watch all the teams.
This
But
is his third season.
so
Chris
since
is
he's
retired as a fan 3 times.
so since he came back, I'm now Tampa Bay, but so go Tampa.
He just can't let it go. And I'll be mad if he comes back to win another Super Bowl.
Look, I know
Which
Tom
isn't
Brady. Tom
entirely-
Brady don't win back to back to back. Tom Brady is like the Spurs. Like they win one, they lose two, they come back, win two more, lose one, come back, win another one. Next thing you know, a decade later, you be like, wait, hold on, they got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, they with the Lakers. Hold on, Lakers got 5 and Spurs got 5. How? So that's kind of what's with Tom Brady, where it's like decade of football, and you're like, wait, 6, 5, 6, wait, 7? Wait, hold on, when he do this? And when you think about it, we're in spurts, one on, one off, one on, one off. Aaron got one in there. Eli got 2. Who else? Manny got 2. Roethlisberger has 2? 1 or 2. Yeah, and then I think Mahomes has 1. So so you can see like we kind of look at it in a collective effort like that, like okay, like oh okay, like cool, but I think Tom Brady. I think there was a lot of money on the table. I think there was a lot of things going on, too. But Tom Brady just really just loves the game of football. I think he has a great supporting cast, which is his wife first and foremost. Yeah, and first and foremost, his wife being a really great support system for that.
Oh, yeah, when he retired for real, he got home every day, she might be out of there.
So, bro, you done played 23 years. I ain't used to being here.
She might be out of there.
You ain't about to go work out? Where Gronk and them at? Like, so you really home?
Home every day?
Girl, I gotta call you back. Like, oh, this boy, he home. Let me see what he about to do, because I thought he was leaving. And that
He was probably feeling that off season change. Like he ain't training no more. He was just probably chilling at the house a little bit, watching
Probably watching old career highlights like a guy would do. Like started in year one as a rookie, just watching football.
And that's
all day
why I
and
also
whatnot.
say too, like
He was like, you gotta do something.
so like
Yeah, I'm good.
so people take note on that. Like surround yourself with good supporting people that support you. You know, because I don't think that he will be coming back to a 23rd season without the right individuals around him. You know what I'm saying?
23 seasons.
Yeah, this is 23rd. So yeah. So you know, shout out for Mr. Brady. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, I'm excited.
I know you are. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. I was ready to move past the Brady era. It's been going on for a quarter century. That's a long time.
Here's
When you say a person reigns at a sport for 25 years, that's a long time.
yeah, I get to finally try to see him play. So hopefully he plays the Rams.
What you mean? Oh, you mean get to a game?
Yeah, because
okay.
it's funny. I talked to one of my good friends today, and she has season tickets. So she was like, yeah, she told me today, she said, Chris, you know what? If you ever want to go to a Rams game, I'll give you the first set of tickets free. And then after that, you just got to pay me like 30%.
So you like, all I want is one set when they play the Bucks.
Yeah. I'm on. You know, I'm on. Look, I got that news, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I already got a team I want to watch. Like, whatever. Then I go to my phone, go to Instagram, breaking news. I'm like,
That's a good friend.
like, hey, so yeah. So, welcome back, Tom Brady.
Back. He been gone for what?
Welcome back, Tom
45
Brady.
days.
Yeah, you know, welcome back, baby.
Welcome back. He ain't went nowhere.
So and then
Yeah, he didn't take the game off.
welcome back, baby. He probably cleared that locker room out. They probably was like, damn, he really.
No, they took this sticker down over his locker.
It's probably like sad music, like, you know, black and white camera crew watching.
Probably had like a going away dinner with teammates. Like a lot of nothing. Just for him to come out.
It's like we understand, you know, us as the Buck organization, we understand, Tom, that you've played a lot of football and you gotta retire. We understand. Speaking of
Brady's back.
speaking of retirement, so this is why I have the hat on. So Kevin Garnett retired in Boston today. So
Kevin Garnett.
Boston Red Sox hat right here.
Oh, I thought you just snuck your way into having to be on your hat for the Buccaneers. That's what I was.
Oh, you know, so Kevin Garnett.
You mean they retired his number?
I think so. I think they retired his number, and
I don't know if they should have did that.
oh, he won the championship there. But Garnett solidified in Boston. They love him there.
He get his number retired.
I agree. No. I disagree. No,
I think the Timberwolves should definitely retire his number.
I say Minnesota gets the right to do it too. But Kevin
Two,
Garnett,
I think they should have the soul right.
like Garnett has made it apparent that when he came to Boston Celtics, that he absorbed the culture of that team, absorbed the winning culture of that team, and he just wanted to be a part of it.
Congratulations. They won a championship
Won
against the Lakers at that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
And so, you know, I'm not hating on them retiring his number. I mean, a championship, 2 finals appearances.
And
The accolades are there.
and we
It just
gotta
doesn't-
remember.
it doesn't feel right. Kevin Garnett doesn't feel like the Celtics. That's why.
But you know what? Garnett was single-handedly transformed
Yeah,
the structure of that team defensively.
they
like-
wouldn't have won it without him.
Easily. You know what I mean? And those three, actually, it's a big four. But Rondo was still young, you know. But
Rondo.
Rondo was like
Shuttlesworth.
just doing what he was supposed to do,
Pierce.
being a point guard, things like that. And Ray and Paul and Garnett shoveling the load and things like that for like the bulk of the points and things like that. I'm like, it was just a wonderful thing. Like a lot of my friends think that I secretly like the Celtics.
You do.
I like the
It's not even a
Celtics, but
secret
not
anymore.
against the Lakers. When it's against the Lakers, I don't like them. But against some other teams, I root for Boston because they got some good guys on the roster.
I feel like that's sacrilegious. It's blasphemy to be a Lakers fan and like anything positive about the Celtics. I'm
I've
having
heard
trouble
that.
talking about them retiring somebody's jersey because they won. a
Yeah, you see, I
championship.
snuck that in here. That's
It's like,
important. That's
ugh.
important to me. And then the most important thing is that Garnett and Ray Allen squashed their beef that night. So, if people didn't know about the Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett beef, so basically, once the team was disassembled after 4 seasons, I think 4 or 5 seasons, and what ended up happening was that Ray Allen went to the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
And Garnett was extremely vocal about it, you know, to Ray and others, because he's like, well, first of all, that's a rival team. Why would you go there first and foremost? Like, we don't like the Heat at all.
Yeah.
And then he went over there, and I think the way Ray Allen did it, where it was kind of like he snuck and did it, you know, didn't really say nothing to nobody. He just kind of was like, oh, it showed up on the tabloids,
Secret
like,
contract negotiation.
and it was just like, oh, like, wait. Oh, so you going to the Heat? Oh, for real, bro? Like,
He pulled a Shaq with the Lakers.
yeah, well, the Shaq demanded to be traded because he wanted $10 million more to force Kobe Bryant out of the contract. Yeah.
No. I'm talking about from Orlando to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Not leaving.
you know, Kobe was in jeopardy. I got to come save him. But
Look, Randy says she's talking about Tom Brady. I'm disappointed, so I guess the same doesn't apply to wrestling. Wrestlers always lie about retiring. They never retire. What wrestler has ever retired and they've been retired?
Bret
Nobody.
Hart, unfortunately, I think.
No, Bret Hart even wrestled a match at WrestleMania against Vince McMahon.
Okay, so none of them do.
Yeah, none of them retire. They always lying. That's like, it's part of being a wrestler.
It's
if
very
you retire and you say you'll never wrestle again, but then 10 years later, there you go wrestle.
Speaking of wrestling,
Dropping stuff.
speaking of wrestling, that was actually good reflexes to not let the phone disastrously fall. But speaking of wrestling, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon,
Oh, yeah, I
that
heard
guy,
he was in bad condition.
Yes, he.
Now
So,
Randy knocking over stuff.
let me stay still. If I knock something down, the whole house gonna come down. So I'm a freeze, like don't move at all.
I don't want to say anything about that because, like, in my head, I'm just wishing things get better, I guess.
Well, we just want to just shout out to Razor Ramon, wonderful wrestler, excellent character that he played, the bad guy. You know,
You ever seen that picture? He's somewhere in the hood with a bunch of kids just chilling with his gold chain.
like Razor Ramon was like kind of like the guy you wanted to be in real life, like no shot like that. Like he was like good looking guy, chains. Razor Ramon's like 6'7", like 275. Believe it or not, like he's bigger. He's like taller than The Rock, like bigger than The Rock in a sense.
Yeah.
And I believe he's from Miami, Florida, or something like that too. So, you know, like Razor Ramon, like for like this character, like in the 90s, you know what I mean? Like he had the swag, pizzazz, he had all that. You know what I mean? Like he could have took on like a Val Venus type of role. You know, if he could have easily.
Razor Ramon is a million times better than Val.
No, I'm saying no, I don't.
Even-
But I'm
even
saying
in
I'm
the-
saying with the role, like the bad guy role was just perfect for him. You know, to throw the toothpick at the opponents, and the Razor's Edge is still like top 20 best finishing moves in WWF WWE history.
He was basically like the what's the dude in Scarface, Tony Montana. He was basically like the Tony
Yeah.
Montana of wrestling.
Oh, that's the picture, right? Is
Yeah, here it goes.
like Razor Ramon,
This
like
picture is legendary.
Razor Ramon is dope, man. Like he's classic. Like this was Razor Ramon in real life. Like this was not. This wasn't a character. Like
Character.
like he showed up and he was like, "So this is your character? Like this is good. Like this is me." What? Really? Yeah, I'm the bad guy, man. You know what? We running with it. Let's go. I hate that they never gave him a WWF heavyweight title shot.
No, he never got that.
But
I don't think that was in his aspirations. But hold on. Here we go. Razor Ramon in the hood, y'all. It says wore 15 gold chains and fuchsia pants on the block in Opalaco. He in Florida.
yeah, he
And
from
and
Florida.
walked out that bitch untouched. This is the greatest Intercontinental Champion, period.
Look. First, look, like I told you, he's 6'7". He's like 275. Like you not about to, you know what I mean? You better have a rocket launcher or something. You better have some creative stuff to deal with this type of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to him. I believe for the tabloids that I read that he suffered 3 heart attacks.
Yeah.
Back to back. So my gosh.
Those guys live rough lives.
Yeah, I really hope that it's not any well, I know what a heart attack is, so I hope that it was maybe coming from the same chambers and not because the heart has 4.
Mm-hmm.
So when a heart attack happens, it happens in one of the chambers.
They don't have 36 for you Wu-Tang fans. Wu-Tang fans.
So hopefully speedy recovery. Shout out to Razor. Shout out to the family. If they ever stumble on this content, you know, we just showing them love and stuff like that. That's you know, our 90s theme guy, you know. Like awesome guy. So yeah, that happened like today, right? Or yesterday?
Today or yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, I stumbled on that. So I was like, wow. So
All right, let's get to our topic for tonight.
wait, just one more.
Oh, you want to get to something else?
Wait, I want to talk about Brittany really quick.
Brittany who?
Brittany
I this is your show right here.
Okay,
Because I don't know anything about this story.
Okay,
I've
so
heard
Brittany
like pieces.
Griner. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly. So, Brittany is a WNBA star, as we know,
You
and
need me to pull up anything?
if you want to, just put up a picture of her if you want. So with this particular athlete, she's actually really good. She actually can dunk the basketball in the fast break and in a half court setting. And one of the biggest stars in the WNBA next to Candace Parker.
She hot in the news because I just typed a couple words and it pulled up.
And I believe she plays for Phoenix. So with this story is getting mildly interesting. So for those that don't know, so the WNBA, they don't really pay their players a lot of money. Most of them, maybe 10%, might average $1 million or $2 million, between $1 to $2 to $3 million a year. 10%. Most of them as low as $60,000-$70,000. So the average of them make about $200,000 to maybe $400,000 in a season. So Brittany, along with a lot of WNBA stars, they go overseas. That's where women can really make a lot of their money. So she plays for the Russian team.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on this.
So she plays for the Russian team. So Brittany earns about $1.5 million every year playing for the Russian team, and this is in 3 months. So 3 months of basketball, she averages about $1.5 million. So again, we're talking about a very successful individual and a basketball player. She's a millionaire. She's relevant on her team. She's a star. You know, she's one of the biggest names in the WNBA. So her going back to Russia is not a new thing. Like, this is actually kind of common. So it's interesting that some substance got in her bag, and now
is that what's
so they're trying to get her for drug trafficking. So apparently that there was some
cannabis oil in her.
Cannabis oil, yes. And you know, they don't know where she is. there's no information on where her whereabouts
Still
are.
not clear exactly where Greta.
They're just saying that
Hey.
she's in custody in Russia, and that's it. And the part that's
Dang.
really crazy about this situation is that I could almost see if she was just only had American ties here.
But she's an Olympian too.
Yes. She's
recently,
woman's,
the-
yeah, she's very
The
successful.
2020 Olympics that happened in 2021.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not like she just plays for the Phoenix team in the United States. She plays for a Russian team in Russia. I believe been playing for them for years now. So it's like you got Russian ties too. Like people know who you are because you're
They
making.
tripping over CBD oil.
So, but yeah, and you know, if convicted, she could do 10 years. Like they're trying to get her back home, and like Russia is not having it. My question, and it's almost like a conspiracy theory question. I felt like that with the information I'm sharing, she knows better. So how did this happen? That's my question. Like, because we're talking about millions of dollars here. Like, for some cannabis oil, it doesn't make sense.
No.
Like,
I mean, it's a thing with like different cultures or whatnot. Like what? Like it might not be a big deal to us, but I don't know what that means in Russia.
but I don't think that she would do it. That's what I'm saying. I think there's more to this, like Optimus Prime saying, more than meets the eye. That,
It was
you know what I
set up.
mean? Like
Somebody slipped it in their bag.
something.
It's a horrible time to be in Russia on some.
Even
He
that, but
changed
yeah, it just
it,
doesn't
too.
make sense. Like, cause it's like, wait a minute, like, and then it's like we're getting, I mean, like we, meaning the United States, is getting minimum information. Like they're withholding information, we're holding where she is, we're holding locations, we're holding numbers. So it's like, what happens? I don't want to say predict anything. What happens if she just all of a sudden comes up missing? Then this story is
Okay.
huge. This story would be humongous because they'd be like, well, wait a minute, what happened? Because I know her family, as well as the organizations that you're playing for, got to be like, hey, hold up, like this is my star player.
Is she an American citizen?
Yeah, because she played for the USA team. You got to be an American citizen to play in the USA team. So like, and all lives matter. So, but in this particular situation, like this is the best player on the team. This might be the best player on the Russians team. So it's like, wait a minute, like where's my athlete? Like where's my player?
Yeah, she was born in Houston, Texas. That's American as hell.
Yeah, American as it gets. So I'll dig some more because I thought it was like she was on vacay or something like that, and it was brought to my attention that no, this is what she does. Like a lot of WNBA
plays
players
overseas
go
in the off-season.
overseas and they make their money. That's how most of them make their living, you know, because women's basketball overseas is actually humongous. You know what I mean? They have their own leagues and things too, and they make good money.
Nobody watches that.
Well, you know, it's not promoted out here because like Stephon Marbury, he's like Jordan in out there. You know what I mean? Starberry. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, shout out to that. You know, like, hey, like, you know, like M. Bison told Sagat on Street Fighter, man, the world's your arena. So hey, you can go anywhere, be prosperous. So I'll dig some more. Prayers out to Brittany on this one.
That's a little bothersome, especially like right now in the climate we're in.
Exactly. And you know, that's why, you know, I would tell people you travel in twos, travel in pairs. You know, like don't be out here solo bolo. Okay. And
I'm not like a World War III believer, or would you call somebody who thinks that it's gonna happen? But like too many pieces, too many
I'm
pieces
like-
in the puzzle, and it could end up happening. So I
as
hope,
much as they would want to do it, they know that it will be disastrous on both ends.
yeah,
That's why it's not gonna happen. Cause see,
they
it's
can't
not.
just disappear in America.
Yeah, because like you know, you talking about like if World War III was to ever happen, you got people it's cyber. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You don't have soldiers.
Yeah, wars aren't fought the same anymore.
Yeah, you know, they got drones, they got all kind of flying things. It's like in a room like us, and they're just, mousing in and shooting stuff up. So, but hopefully she gets home soon. That's the best that I can do. I'll dig in some more, see if I get any more content on her or anything like that. So,
Yes, if you stop by here, we need 3 subscribers to get to 40.
hey, that'd be
Don't
dope.
hit that subscribe button. for-
That'd be
if,
dope.
If you happen to stop through here in these mean streets.
So I think I am out of what I was, I'm trying to be mildly organized. I'm trying, making, we'll talk about women in the jacket later, but so let's talk about the task at hand.
All right, so I guess this came up. One of our watchers last week brought up a question. I'm trying to remember what his new name is. It was a troll name. It was Reborn. So one of our watchers, Reborn, asked the question, what's more important, class or race? So I thought we'd just spend, 5-10 minutes touching on that. Because I think when we talk about race, it goes like way deep into rabbit holes. But I think like there's a basic conversation that has to be had. And I think the way I would approach that question is by asking, is race real in itself? Like, okay, look, we know racism is real. That's not a question.
Mm-hmm.
We know that race is a descriptor that people understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can look at you and tell what race you are.
Mm-hmm.
I can't look at her and tell what race she is. I think most people would be wrong or half right at the most.
Yeah.
So I mean, just like in a fundamental way, a scientific way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll address that first. We'll do scientific, cultural, and philosophical. Fundamentally, how do you feel about race?
So like,
I guess like from a scientific.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I cheated a little bit. I went on Google and
That's not
kind of
cheating,
did a
that's
little research
researching.
myself because
Doing your homework
I'm not
isn't
gonna
cheating.
lie, because when it was brought to my attention, I was like, well, I don't think I can touch too much on this. I understand, but I don't. But from the information I gathered, basically race defines humanity, and then it channels into
Like human race.
yeah, and then it goes into ethics, background, culture, religion, physicality, genetics.
Like Jewish people
Yeah,
are considered a race, but it's a religion.
yeah. So I will say that. So to answer the question, like, do I believe in race? Yeah, absolutely, because it defines us. Period. Like race is the umbrella, and then
That's a unique perspective. I never heard that twist of it.
yeah, so umbrella, and then now it branches out to a bunch of different things. And I think that when it starts branching out to different things, I think that's when individuality comes in with the creativity to how to critique it or judge it. I think that's where we stand today, because race is the umbrella, like we said, or like I'm saying. And then, okay, we're both human, yes. Then, well, one could be religious this way, one could be religious this way. Now we got a conflict of interest. And then when they build up, now we have a bag full of conflict of interest. And then we got some that we do agree with. And then now how do we make it work? Then I think that's where we at now today. It's just a bunch of hoopla. You know what I mean? And I think that maybe the word race is one of those words that's like forgotten. You know what I mean?
You mean like the meaning of it?
Yeah, just forgotten, because like people are categorized by everything else but a human being. And that's just like the little bit of the information that I gathered on it. And I was like,
I do think that's like, I think a lot of that is Americans.
yeah.
It doesn't seem like race is as big in other places. My cousin told me a story when her and her friend went to the airport.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the airport, and for some reason they had to fill out a paper, something, right? Maybe because of a visa or whatever.
And so her friend is filling out the paper. Under nationality, she puts black.
Mm-hmm.
And so they come back. They're like, ma'am, we think, we don't understand your answer in this question. We asked your nationality. And she was like, yeah, it's black. I think that's normal in America, but they were like, no, your nationality is American. That's the nation you're from.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like, and even if I talk to, or I listen to, it's a guy named Zuby. He's a black dude,
Mm-hmm.
black Nigerian, I think,
Mm-hmm.
in the UK. And they don't do you know how we do African American here? They don't do that there. There's no black Europeans or anything African Europeans, unless you're literally from Africa right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not like,
Well, cause see, I think, not to cut you off, I think that because remember I shared with you that black doesn't have a culture behind it, because like,
I disagree with that, but I understand what you mean.
cause like if we was to do the definition of black, like what is black in terminology regarding a black man or woman, it doesn't trace back to nothing. It's like
No.
almost untraceable. You
No,
know,
yeah.
because like now if you put African American, oh well, where does this root to? Because it has to have a root. So where does it root to? Oh, it roots to Africa. Just like we like Spaniards, Spain, or some people put an umbrella on that. Oh, Europeans. You know, they'll stick Italy, all them. You know, they'll stick all them in the Europeans. You know, so we know somewhere it may not be Europe per se, but we're somewhere near there. You know.
You just know where to put
And so it's like with black, it's like it's not solidified to anything. Like blacks only understand it because I think that
Is that what you mean when you say we don't have a culture?
Yes.
Or I
Yes.
said when black people don't have a culture.
yes, that's what I mean when I say that.
You mean historically? Then. We don't have a historical
Traditional.
tradition. Okay.
Yes, because like and I think
You
that's,
mean the way that like Italians make marinara sauce and they made it that way for
exactly
500 years or something?
but see, like per se Italians, right? Italians have a continent or a following or something behind them.
Right.
Like if you go out here and do something crazy to an Italian person, you're gonna have everybody with that blood gonna say something.
Americans do too.
Yeah, but see, but blacks don't fall under American. Black fall
Yes, we
under
do.
black. No,
We were just talking about the Brittany Griner.
Yeah, no.
Let something happen to her in Russia.
I don't know. I'm like, but she's a black woman. You know what I mean?
Let something happen to her in Russia.
It'll be something, but how much scrutiny though?
It's gonna be.
It'll be limited. It'll be a little limited. And I don't want you to agree on that because it's chasing the direction of the conversation. So I don't want you to agree. But no, that's why.
I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a Nigerian who was not complaining, but discussing how they were treating Nigerians in Ukraine when they were trying to get out. They were kicking them off buses and all kind of messed up stuff. And so the Nigerian embassy, I think it was two nations, Nigeria and Ghana, their embassies just basically backed out of the situation. Like, oh, we can't really do anything about that.
That's odd.
And I'm thinking, like, let that have been any American, and an American goes to an American embassy. It's gonna be issues. Like, all right, so we're getting off topic. Let me roll it back.
So yeah. So when it comes to race, yeah, that's just my definition and spin on it. When I do use the content like black, I think blacks only understand it, but there's no backing up with it though neither. And the only reason why I say that, because see, if I go to like, and it's just a whole other subject matter too. But if I go into like the killings with the police, like what really happens? Nothing. It's like, okay,
It
little.
depends what the
No.
situation is.
If it would have been somebody with a little bit of like some nations or some type of,
Wait, what are we talking about?
they,
That's specific.
well, no, I'm just saying, just like what like just blacks. only black people understand black. Versus like if we go somewhere else, like if we was in a whole nother country, we would like, oh, we're black. They'd be like, what's that?
Yeah.
What's black? Oh, I'm African American. Oh, American. They go tie us to America. You know what I'm saying? So black doesn't tie to nothing. I almost want to think that's on purpose, but that's a little subliminal stuff I can't say.
You can say it. I don't think it's on purpose. I think the race of black and white started in America, and I don't think other cultures or nations necessarily pick it up. Like just because America starts shit doesn't mean people have to pick it up.
No, absolutely. And then what was the next thing? What was the thing that you were saying? You were saying that race, and what was the other thing?
I was saying fundamentally, philosophically, or culturally. Well, I'll address. I don't think race exists at a fundamental level.
Fundamental, like meaning like that
I don't
defines
think
humanity.
there's a biological, scientific thing called race. I don't think it's identifiable. I think the only way it's identifiable through genetics is if you like search a location, which is why like it's like geographical, which is why like if you do like a 23andMe or ancestry thing, the best thing they can tell you is your DNA matches these people from West Africa. But they can't necessarily tell you what race you are or what skin color you might be. They can just say you come from over here, but like 99% chance
you got some
black.
ancestry
Right.
from some ancestry stuff from here. No,
Yeah,
no,
so
that makes sense in that
So
content.
I think like in my head it's just a collection of physical traits that
Okay.
people can identify.
Okay.
Like and they don't all have to match, but it could be like dark skin, a white nose, bigger lips, certain color black hair, certain color hair, dark brown hair. But even those things are kind of fluid. Like you can have like girls with sandy hair,
Yeah.
like almost red, or they can have hazel
Yeah, you got
eyes.
these
They
X
can-
factors.
Yeah.
X factor people. Like who
Right.
are, you know.
They can have slender noses. They can have thin lips. So it's
Wife saying that audio's slipping or
my audio's coming in and out.
A little bit.
All right, let me. I'll work on that while you pick it up.
okay. And what was it you say? So race and what was the second thing that was that?
Well, I think you touched culturally.
Okay.
Well, culturally, you're saying you don't think you don't believe it exists culturally. You don't think black is a cultural thing.
Yeah, I don't think black's a culture thing. I think everything else is, but that is not.
We've had that discussion. I think on a micro level, black is cultural, but then the way you just described it now, I kind of understand what you mean.
in a wider spectrum.
There's no traditional black, right? Okay, I got it.
Yes, that's the.
We went back and forth about this a couple times where I was like what is hip hop? What is jazz? Like,
Yeah,
these are black cultural things.
and that's the thing.
But
where
you didn't mean that. You mean like traditionally it doesn't have.
I will say 50 years from now, if it's still doing what it's doing, then it could be considered.
I don't even think hip hop is black anymore.
Don't get me started.
Like
on
I
that.
think it was started in like black communities, but it's like
hip hop. I'm
it's American music now.
I'm
It's
not.
like, it's-
I'm not saying nothing.
all right.
Cause you know my guys. Cause those guys, hip hop. We could talk about that for 4 hours.
Man,
Like
I don't like hip hop anymore. I really like. I'll listen to new hip hop if it's somebody I've been listening to for 20 years and they put something out, like the Kanye's, the Jay-Z's, the Eminems, the let Andre 3000 or Outkast put something, I'm buying it up. Like I'll listen to it, but all this new stuff.
it's so funny. It's like
That's how I knew I was
We're-
officially
we're-
old when I'd be like, turn that radio off.
yeah, like we're doing
Turn that
exactly.
radio off.
We're doing exactly
Screaming
like what our
whippersnappers.
parents did. Like our parents were stuck like in that. Like my dad is a Luther Vandross guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I heard that as a kid. So it's like, my mom was Anita Baker. You know what I mean? So it was like, and they would play that music over and over and over, and it was like we knew that was our parents' song. Like, oh, that's dad. Listen to that. That's my mama. And and I used to be like, well, why you listen to the same thing over and over and over? And it's like that's just their window that they're in. And now I'm in the same boat. It's like I'm like I won't even say I'm mid 90s. I'm like 98, maybe 95. 95 to like 2010. I ain't going no further than that.
I think I agree. I mean, except for like outside of the rap genre.
Yeah, like every now and then there'll be some catchy songs. I'm like, oh, I like this song. You know, like, oh, okay, like that's cool. Like I'll bump that.
No, I mean like R&B or like I listen to what we consider oldies.
Yeah.
Not what's considered oldies today. Now oldies is like Outkast.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we got these new kids. They be like, oh, who's that? No, the funniest thing ever. So my friend Michelle, she has 3 kids. How old is her daughters? 13, maybe 14. And then Kenya, not to put the business out there, I think she's like 12.
Okay.
So we were having a little function at Ty's house. So I just was on some Ludacris. So like I go on YouTube, I get some Ludacris up. And so they're looking at it, right? And they're like this looking.
It was like a video?
Yeah, it's like a music video.
Okay.
And they're looking. Ludacris raps?
Wow.
Does he rap? Girl, what you mean? The first 4 albums is classic. What? Girl, this is what he did. Like I thought he just did the Fast and the Furious.
I don't even know how to.
And I was just like, where have you been? Michelle, you ain't let these kids listen to Luda. Why your kids only think he playing Fast 5? They was like, oh, he's really good. They was like, wait, Ludacris raps? They was like, he got bars. I was like, girl, Luda like top, man.
Don't go too far. Top something.
He top. I'm putting him in the 10. Bump that. He in the 10 somewhere. If I shuffle some stuff around, I'm bidding him in there. He in the 10. Them first 4 albums, I can't.
I thought you was gonna go single digits. He can be like 7, 8. He could be 8 or 9. We're not talking about him.
Yeah, you know what?
Hey, that's what we should do next week. We should rate top 10. We should pull up 100.
I need people to really get on here because I really want to hear you guys' top 10. I really want to hear top 10. You know, people might know what my top 10 is already, kind of.
Not all of them.
But
I think I picked out 5.
I want to really, like, because people's ear is different. And then music hits people differently, too. So, not to have a debate, but I just really want to just know, just, like, we'll try to spin that on there, top 5, top 10. We'll get that on there next week.
My mother played a lot of blues growing up. That's just played a lot of R&B. Is that rhythm and blues?
Blues is like
that counts as like BB King.
Yeah,
kind of that kind of.
Because most blues is with live instruments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like blues is mostly played by a man. Usually, men usually play the blues.
I think Tina Turner used to do blues. Like I can Tina.
Well, that's yeah. I'm like, but men usually play that. I don't think women usually play the blues. I don't want to sound. Okay. I don't want to sound biased.
No, I'm thinking about it. I agree.
Yeah, I think men play the blues.
I think
there's some women that do blues that are very successful.
Yeah, I think there's a couple.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. We're like, oh wow, But yeah, and then next week I want to do a 90s theme. I want to talk about the 90s.
Well, we got to dress the 90s.
No, we don't got to dress. But you know what? I want to. We're gonna say this for next week. I want to do the 90s theme. Me personally, and I hate to be biased because I grew up in the 90s too, but I feel like doing research on the 70s and the 80s, living in the 90s, and then we have the 2000s and so forth. I think that the 90s is the best era of.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
I think it's the best.
I gotta think about it.
The 90s dominates all other 10-year spans. It dominates the 70s. It dominates the 80s. It dominates the 2000s. We can go to the 2010s and 2020. It dominates that. The movies alone is dominant. The cars. We're gonna save all that because I can start. So I'm gonna say the 90s dominated. We need to get back to that.
It's gonna be hard because of cancel culture. If you remember some of the things happening in the 90s,
That's why it was the best to me.
if you
Like-
remember how TV was, with like what was going on. You remember wrestling? They would have bra and petty matches. That's all the women wrestlers would do.
good.
They would have
That's why.
pillow
That's why.
fights.
That's why Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was my favorite one ever. I love her. And I was like, wait, she's Canadian? I said, man, I need to go to Canada. What? Like, Ludacris even said there was some beautifuls out there. I was like, man, they're about to take a flight.
TV would be canceled tomorrow. Some of this not just shows. They would cancel TV. TV is out of here.
like, just for an example for next week, just like Home Alone, like you left your 11-year-old child at home and no police report, no arrests were given or made, no child endangerment. Like you legit let this boy at home for like not a day. Like Kevin was home for like a week.
And he fought burglars for like 2 days. He fought burglars for like 2 days. And then their family just came home and it was all cool.
Yeah, like it was like
I want to know what Kevin's dad did. Because that house was big as hell. You ever see, like, watch Home Alone and they show you when it first comes on and they show you the
that house
outside
was-
of the house?
that house
They lived in a mansion.
like
What the hell were the McAllisters doing?
Look, the dad had on a Burberry New York trench. You know how much that was back then?
Man,
That's like a $5,000 jacket back then.
the McAllisters were in it. I need to know what it was.
And they had all those kids.
It obviously
Easy,
wasn't
like 7
cybersecurity or
kids.
nothing because they didn't know where the hell their kids was.
And then
I don't know.
the older brother had the tarantula. Like
Yeah,
the
they had all kind of shit in this house.
like clearly,
They had basements, they had attics.
like clearly, like how did you? Where your permit for
They
that?
ordering pizzas. Remember they ordered the pizza and they was like, oh, that came to like $130. That was, and the uncle was like, I don't have it. That was
Like it's like nothing. like the dad, yeah.
this the night
Pops had-
before they go on vacation. He
Pops
don't
had-
even care about this pizza money.
Look. You had Uber before Uber. You had Uber come to your house to collect luggage and your family to take you to the airport. Like you didn't drive to the airport.
They went in like 2 vans
It
or
was like
something.
2 vans, legit.
They had
like,
Uber
came to
30
pick you
years
up.
ago.
Like they had Uber before Uber. Like how much did that cost?
Man,
Like,
let
it
me
was-
ask my mom to order some pizza the day before we go out of town. See how. Ask my dad, hey, can we order pizza?
And then it's like and then y'all took fly. Where did they fly to? I
I'm gonna
forgot where
spend
they
a
flew.
vacation.
Yeah, they flew. I forgot where they
Like
flew.
New York or something. I don't remember.
But yeah, it is like Uber before Uber. Like you hire these people to come and was like, hey, yeah, I need you to come pick up my family of 20 and
Drop
everybody
us
got
off.
luggage.
Yeah, with our luggage.
Wifey got at
Drive us
least
to
about
the
5.
airport.
You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to pick all this stuff up.
The McAllisters.
I'm not lifting nothing. I was supposed to get dressed. And then my wife did a head count. And then that was it. And then we was gone.
Crazy.
You didn't see it. Look, then when they was walking through the tunnel, you didn't even see nobody hold no luggage. Like luggage was
No, that's
delivered
true.
all the way to the plane. I need to know what kind of service that is.
We need to figure out what the McAllisters did. We gonna go in a deep dive.
Like, well, what did
I
this
need to
dude?
know.
What did he do? Like Kevin was running up the credit card bill and he wasn't even getting no phone call or alert, cause that's little money. They like that little liquor store money ain't no money.
Kevin was ordering food. He was messing with the surround sound system.
Wait, remember on the second one, he was in like what, the Hilton? Or
He was
something
like in the
that?
Trump Hotel. Like, bro, come on, y'all.
My card would have been swiped once. They would have called me on the phone. It wouldn't have been an automated service of a text.
That's how they got away with it. Because it's really just a rich kid with his parents' credit card for the weekend.
Yeah, they
Like,
would have called
you
me.
can't have Home Alone in the hood. Like, you have Home Alone in Compton. Something like, it's not going to go as well as it went for Kevin.
They first of all, they
Not going that well.
Mom wouldn't even made it around the corner because something would have happened. Something would have been up. And then if he'd have swiped that card one time to buy him some Fritos, they'd have been like,
Declined.
like, well, Fritos, man, hold on, where my card at? I mean, turn this around. Man, my card at, somebody stole my stuff. Oh, so Kevin missing.
Use your credit card in 2 different cities around the same time. That's just getting shut down. McAllister's.
Man, Chase sending me some stuff quick. Yeah, I ain't even getting 20 minutes out.
All right, though. We didn't get too deep into our topic. We'll save it for another day. Thank everybody for stopping by, even if you were here for a little bit. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe.
Yeah,
This is America's favorite podcast. I'm Jamal Williams.
And I am Christopher Barris.
And we are America's Mind.
Mine. Never gonna buy that.